Hello, everyone. Welcome to Gossipwood City. So we are going to Telangana, India, guys. This is where I am going to be sharing my 72nd Miss World 2025 top 15 strongest sash, and then of course I have five that are bubbling under. So, is your country one of those strongest sashes that will be walking the stage on the 31st of May 2025? I don't know. Because, guys, we are getting closer and closer. The 31st, may I remind you, is this coming weekend. And now we are getting straight to the crux of the matter. So today, I was listening to all the girls' Beauty with Purpose, and wow. Wow, wow, wow. So I am judging these strong sessions according to what I heard today. Now, let me remind you guys that the format this year, it is by continent. It's continental. So we're going to have the top 40, that's 10 per continent. And then we are going to have the top 20. Then we're going to have the top 8. Then we are going to have the top 4. Out of that top 4, this is when we get a winner, if I understand the format correctly. So some people are not very happy about this format. They think it's going to be very unfair to a deserving girl that needed to place probably in the top 10, but because it's by continent, then she falls away type of situation. And also, a lot of people, they are feeling the pressure. I mean, I am feeling the pressure myself because the girls in this Miss World 2025, they did not come to play, y'all. They did not come to play. At least in the past, we were able to tell, would say, yeah, there's no competition here. The only competition is between so and so. You could literally predict Miss World. I think maybe that is why I gotten so good at this, is because of the contestants that are sent by their countries. But in 2025, I'm like, okay, whoa, what's happening? They sent the strongest girls. So without further ado, let's get to my top 15 strongest sashes and then the 5 bubbling under as we approach the 31st of May 2025. Okay, my first, which is 15, Ireland. Ireland is basically, for me, she is revealing what is happening in Ireland. Apparently, they have a say that what happens in Ireland stays in Ireland type of situation. That means what happens in your household, you cannot talk about it. And so she is shedding light about GBV in Ireland. And I thought, wow, that's interesting. And then 14, Czech Republic. Is it Czech Republic? Czech Republic is currently the Miss World, and I don't know if she is going to win it back to back. We don't know, because this one, she is highly competitive, guys. She speaks well. She's got her head together. She looks queenly, and definitely she may actually walk away with the crown. At number 13, we have Jamaica. Jamaica finally reveals her strategy. This girl is coming in thick and fast. And I think by the time we reach the 31st of May, she would have collected enough of mouth that will be talking about her, because she is standing out definitely. And I always thought that Miss Jamaica, she has an ace up her sleeve. At number 12 is Namibia. Namibia, well, girl, well done. And you are doing great. You're doing absolutely awesome. Keep it up that way. And you are fine at number 12 as the strongest sash. Now, are you the strongest of all? Not yet. Not yet. But you are putting Namibia on that Miss World map, and you could actually become one of the strongest sashes to future Miss Worlds. Who knows, even Miss Universe. She is doing very well, this girl. I am loving her. And then at number 11, Mexico. Mexico is always a strong sash. But this time around, I think she is really getting beaten by some countries that have been under the radar for some time. And Miss Mexico, in as much as she's standing out, she is also, I don't know, there's this up and down thing going on. With same goes with another country that is bubbling under, and I'm not quite sure why this time around they are not showing up. At number 10, we have Peru. Peru is one of the strong sashes in the beauty competition world. And Peru, she is really, really trying, and I see her hard work. And then my number 9, guys, I will keep saying this girl, she did not come to Miss World to play games with anybody, and that is Miss Australia. Australia, like I said, she is a big competition, definitely, to Miss South Africa. And hey, we've always had like this continental rivalry, not even continental, country rivalry between us and the Aussies in sports. Now I'm seeing it in beauty as well. Miss Australia, leave us alone. Ah, but she's beautiful, guys. Miss Stringer. And then at number 8 is Miss India. Miss India, I'm putting her there because she is a host country. And I always thought that, or at least I felt that host nations should automatically make it onto all the I don't know, maybe the top 40. Let's put it that way. And then she has to work herself all the way to the final rounds. But I'm putting Miss India at number 8. Miss India, she is not impressing me. I don't want to lie. She's not impressing me at all, but she's also trying her level best. Maybe, again, I think it's the pressure of being a host at the same time having to be a competitor. I'm not quite sure. And then at number 7, we have Miss Thailand. You guys already know my situation with appointed candidates, but she's doing great. And then she convinced and she won me over. Let me put it this way: she won me over when she did her not beautiful Beauty with Purpose. Yes, Beauty with Purpose. She really really won my heart, and I was like, yeah, wow, very articulate, very well spoken. She's definitely a competition to look out for, and possibly could take the crown. But I will leave her at number 7. I think because of my little, And then at number 6 is Miss Philippines. Miss Philippines, I understand that she is leading with other commentators for whatever reasons. Because, anyways, Philippines, Thailand, India, Peru, which other one that is Mexico. These are your strong sashes in all the beauty competitions in the world. So I think that is why Miss Philippines just making out there. But me, I am looking more on substance. Substance for me is very important. That is why Miss Philippines is my number 6. Now we get to my top 5. And my top 5, number 5 will be Miss USA. Guys, Crosby did not come to play either. Crosby was like, I am not going to be a typical American. I am going there to come home with the blue crown and also have a lot of fun, because she is demonstrating that she's having a lot of fun. She's easy with the other girls. She's a girl's girl from what I have seen, and I think the girls are also perceiving her as such as well. At number 4, Miss Chile. Miss Chile, definitely very strong sash. Strong sash with all competitions as far as I am concerned. And this Miss Chile in Miss World 2025, she is showing up, y'all. She is consistently showing up. At number 3, Miss Somalia. Miss Somalia, I think she captivated the world and really, really pulled at those heartstrings. And she reiterated in her Beauty with Purpose today. And she sealed, I think, if we look at, she will make it all the way, Miss Somalia. She will make it all the way. I think she will either be the second runner-up from my own prediction. I think she'll be the second runner-up, if not the first runner-up. But she's not going to go any further than these two. either the first runner up or the second runner up, Miss Somalia. And of course, my number two is going to be South Africa. South Africa for me, the reason why she's my number two is because her beauty with purpose. I felt like she was consistent. She was very consistent about not too young to what is her thing again? Yeah, she nailed it. She nailed it. It's just that I felt some little slackish nyana that went on there, but that doesn't mean that she is not our queen. She's our queen. She's our number one. But of course, my number one that really, really swept the floor has to be Miss Sri Lanka. Miss Sri Lanka, guys, this is the second time she's made it in my number one spot because this girl, she's consistent and she's coming in strong, and her beauty with purpose, working with girls that cannot afford sanitary pads, and helped over 10,000 girls with sanitary pads in Sri Lanka. That is something to be commended, and my number one spot for sure, because this is an issue that not only happening in Sri Lanka, but also other parts of the African continent and other countries in the world. A girl's health is very important because she is the giver of life. Now, let's go to my top five to look out for, or more like bubbling under. My number five is Uganda. Uganda did not come to play, y'all. Uganda did not come to play, and I'm loving it for her. Now, my number four, she is a strong sash anyway, but I'm not quite sure what's happening with Miss Venezuela at number four. Miss Venezuela bubbling under for me. And number three, it's going to be Miss France. Miss France, she almost got me in tears with her beauty with purpose. I was like, oh, Miss France, Miss France. I love it for her. She's a nurse because of things that happened in her life. And I'm like, yes, I get you. I get you. And my number two, which also always happens to be a strong sash with all the beauty competitions in the world, and that is Miss Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico, I don't know what's happening there. I don't see any consistency that much, but she does show up. That's what I like. She does show up when she wants to show up. So, Miss Puerto Rico, can we kind of like lift our socks a little bit? We are close to the end. And then, of course, my number one has to be Canada. Canada is, I think she represents all the colonized countries in the world where indigenous people have been disrespected, have been unalived, and they stuff taken away from them, and they still don't get recognized as worthy to be part of something like this. For me, she's carrying all of us on our shoulders, and I love it for her. I love it for her, and I think she's bubbling under. There's a chance that by Wednesday she is going to be in the top 10 Miss Canada, and I also foresee her in the maybe as a third runner-up, if not the fourth runner-up. This is Miss Canada, and of course, this is going to be between Miss Canada and Miss Australia. When it comes to the runner-ups, either Australia at what you call third runner-up or fourth runner-up, or Miss Canada at third runner-up or fourth runner-up. I'm not quite sure who's going to be my fourth runner-up. Well, we'll see how it all goes. Other than that, Miss South Africa takes the crown as far as I'm concerned, and I'm loving it for us. Hey, like I said before, I'm kind of good at this thing. And let's see. Fight me if you want. Fight me, send me location, and I'll come to you. And I will show you how Miss South Africa is coming home with the crown. All right? 2025 Miss World South Africa. There we go. And that, guys, please don't leave this video without liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. And I'll see you next time with a new video. Goodbye.